good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 5:30 in the morning, and this is when we draw. We gather at 5:30 in the morning. I take one of these canisters out of the Random Object Randomogrifier, and it has usually, a random object in it. Excuse me. I should have taken care of that before we started the cameras. I mean, I could have just done that and then turned the cameras on, but that would have been efficient. Anyway, we will be drawing today a four-wheeler, an ATV, all-terrain vehicle four-wheeler, because that is what was in the randomogrifier when I pulled it out of the box today. So let's turn the page and get started. This is another one of those examples of it's morning, and I wish that we had pulled like a worm or what is that? What is that thing in D&D where it's the gelatinous cube? Yeah. Gelatinous cube would have been perfect for a morning draw. It's like not complicated. There's no ellipses to deal with. But I mean, it's only as difficult as you make it in your mind, right? Like any other problem. It's only as complicated or difficult as you let it be. But again, I really kind of wish that I had pulled a worm or something out of the box. Just doing a little composition, making sure we have room for everything where it's supposed to go. I've started, since I pull these out the night before now, I have to pull them out the night before so I can get the picture, the reference picture up. It's still random, because it's still whatever I draw, whatever I pull out of the box is what we draw. So it's still random. It's just I know about it the night before. But I thought, since I'm pulling it out the night before, I could learn something about it before I start drawing it. Like, for instance, these are known as ATVs or quads because they have four wheels. This particular type of ATV is known as quad because it has four wheels. And that they have been making them since the 1890s? They've been making them a very long time. But I did not know. Yeah, my mom says it's certainly not a caterpillar. I did not know that they quit making three-wheelers in 1987. I have some very strong memories of riding three-wheelers with my now dead to me friend Paul. I need to make that line straight, and in order to make that line straight I have to turn the book, but if I turn the book I run the risk of changing the angle, getting the proportion wrong. But my now dead to me friend Paul had three-wheelers, and I had a motorcycle. My parents, worried about my safety, so they got me a motorcycle instead of a three-wheeler. We were going to race one day down his driveway. He had a long gravel driveway. We all lived out in the country. He had a long gravel driveway, as did I. We were going to race one day. I mean, we did race one day. Let's rephrase that. And, I gunned it. I'm gone. I have a Yamaha XT125, which is a street legal dirt bike. I'm flat gone. I'm not even thinking about it. Anyway, I get to the finish line. I turn around, look back. Three-wheeler's upside down. Paul's underneath it. And that would have been 85? No, I was 14. So yeah, 85. And 2 years later, all the manufacturers, Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, all of them did a voluntary moratorium. And I had no idea about this. All of them did a voluntary moratorium on production of three-wheelers. They all moved into four-wheelers, but apparently there was legislation coming about three-wheelers, and instead of wait for the legislation, they all just voluntarily stopped making them. Had no idea. Hi, Claudia. Claudia's made it in the chat room. She's my current favorite. Forgive me, if you're in the Netherlands, are you a Netherlander or are you a Dane? I don't want to insult you. You just called me your favorite American, and I don't want to do anything to disrupt that, but I don't want to stop right now and look it up. So anyway, yeah, I was shocked to find out. Is it two people you are sketching now? I'm not sure I understand the question. Is it two people you are sketching now? No, I'm sketching the motorcycle, the four-wheeler. That should be up there a little bit more. Yeah. It's on its side. Yeah, yeah, as it should be. So it used to be I would take the toy out of the box, and however I would just toss it up on the stage, and however it landed on the stage is how I would draw it. And I may get back into that. I thought about using a little Yahtzee cup. The little cup that they use in Yahtzee with dice. And I thought about taking it and then just chunk like that, and however it lands on the lands on the table is how it gets drawn. I may do that. That takes away all of the expectations, where I can't draw this. I can't. See, like now, for instance, that's supposed to be way up there. I don't understand what's happened. You know, I'm drawing. You get. If you draw it from an angle you expect to see it, you draw things you expect to see, whether they're there or not. And so the trick is to not see it for what you know it to be, and just see it for what is on the paper, on the stage rather. And it's not always as easy as it sounds. But I'm telling you, had this been a caterpillar, where is that in relation to that? It feels like it should be just a little bigger. And the other thing is a toy. You have to remember you're drawing a toy. You're not drawing a real four-wheeler. You're not drawing a real caterpillar. You're not drawing a... It's a toy. So there may be things that you expect to see on there because you've seen three-wheelers before, four-wheelers before, and they're not there. And there may be some detail in your head that you know is there, like an exhaust or a light. You know it's there intellectually. But if you draw it, they didn't bother to put it on the toy. not really drawing what you see. They're in the chat talking about how the tires look like heads, and they look like they're drawn, like I'm drawing two people sitting there, and the tires look like heads. I can see that, but it's like once you see that, it's hard to unsee it. That angle's off just a little bit. Just a little bit. I may have to live with that angle being off just a little bit. This is one of those instances where I really wish I'd practiced more ellipses. Sorry, the silly Dutch lady. That answers the question, you're Dutch. Alright. And now see this line now gets moved down to here. So all of this is extraneous and out of Can't talk, Harding. I told the story last night. This has absolutely nothing to do with what we're drawing, but I still think it's funny. I told the story last night about the Spanish word of the day. It's Easter week, and it's Claudia's learning Spanish with me, so she may think this is funny as well. But it's Easter week, and so the SpanishDictionary.com, the Juan at SpanishDictionary.com newsletter is giving us Easter words. And yesterday's word was conejito, little bunny. And I went up to the office where I work, and the front desk is manned by a native Spanish speaker. And I and I announced that since the word of the day was conejito, that is what I was going to be referring to him as for the rest of the day. And he's like, I don't know about that. And I'm like, shh, calmate, conejito. Just todo estará bien. Like, calm down, little bunny. Everything's gonna be okay. So yeah, my wife doesn't have school today. So I started to wake her up to harass her, as I do every morning. But she doesn't have school today, so that would not have been nice. My son doesn't have school today. I don't think my daughter has school today. I don't know. She's in college. Her schedule may be different. There are a lot of extra lines in there I'm going to have to be careful of. I got this little micro eraser I haven't tried yet. There are a lot of extra lines in there that I want to be careful not to give. I want to be careful not to give these extra lines any attention. They need to be gone so that I don't accidentally draw them. Alright, let's start giving this thing some form. How are we doing on time? It is already 5:53. So it would not have been nice to wake them. I don't know if they have school Monday. Because, you know, Easter, this is a huge Catholic area. And so I don't know if they have school on Monday or not. Mom says there's no class for girl 2. So my mom's chauffeur duties are out today. Unless somebody at the assisted living center needs transportation. Anyway, I thought the Conejito story was really funny because he's like, he is a traditional Latino, very strong man. He laughed though, so I'm alright. Some of these, another thing is some of these shapes I don't really understand because it's small. And if I move in to understand the shape, then I change my perspective. And if I change my perspective, I start adding stuff in that's not there. Shiny things are not shaded. They're either dark or light. They're not. So when you're shading chrome, chrome is either dark or light. It's not. There's no gradation of shade. Is that a word? Gradation. Gradation. How are we doing on time? Oh, good Lord. Let me start wrapping this up. Oh yeah, it's hair day. Mom says it's hair day for my grandmother, so she does have she does have assisted living duties today. And Claudia's in the chat says, yes, you can't draw better than you see now. So whatever you see, however well you see it, is all you can do. You can't make it look better than you can see it. If you can't see it, you can't draw it. It's a very good point, Claudia. It's a very good point. Very succinctly said. Alright. Alright, I think we'll work now on this shadow since we're running out of time. I don't have to finish. The thing about a daily sketch, if you're daily sketch practice, you know, the whole idea is to just to spend some time doing it. Dedicate what you have. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You know, what do you have? How much time do you have? However much time you have, make sure you spend that much time every day. I happen to have about 45 minutes that I can do this every day. I could get more time. I could come down earlier. and I'm dressed. I'm ready to go to work. I could work just a little bit longer, and it wouldn't hurt anything. I wouldn't be late for work because that's not something I'm going to do. But in an effort to be consistent, make sure my practice is where I want it to be, so that I'm not only willing to do it every day, but interested in doing it every day. It's important to know when to stop. Because you could easily get lost in the details of this thing. Because, I mean, this is a pretty complicated toy here. And it'd be very easy to get lost in the details of it. And the next thing I know, it'd be 7 o'clock and I'm supposed to be clocking in at work. And I'm still down here trying to draw something. This is where it gets tricky, because you have to look at where there's places where the shadow is darker than the toy, and then there's places where the toy is darker than the shadow. And then there's places where you need it obvious that it's light. And in order to do that, make sure that it's obvious that it's light, is to remember that this thing is not white. So we can go over this whole thing with a little color, with just a little tone. Change the value. Change the value of the different planes, especially, right? Blend your lines so that as that shadow gets lighter, can't really tell. It's nice and it's got a nice transition. Alright, now let's look and see, do we have any reflective light in the shadow? And it looks like right here there's a little bit of reflective light in the shadow. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to lighten it up a little bit with the kneaded eraser. And then I'll come back and blend it a little more. Yeah, Claudia says, I'm the person that wanted things to be perfect and then procrastinate about it. It's a shame, often things that are not that difficult, then I think exactly. And there's a Chinese proverb, I think it's a Chinese proverb, where they say that when you worry about a thing that hasn't happened yet, you let the thing affect you twice. So again, we're not going for perfection. We're going for daily practice. So it is, oh goodness, it's after 6. What is today? Today is the 18th. I'm calling it 18. Still April, right? Yeah, I'm calling it. Because like I could sit there and worry about the details all day long, but the important thing to remember about this is it is a morning sketch. It is not a commission. It is not perfection. It is daily practice. And I think as far as that's concerned, we have met the tone. Don't you think? I mean, this is a little longer. I could critique it, but truthfully, it actually changes from the angle that I take the picture at. So I could sit here and say, well, this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong, but if I move the camera just a little bit, it's not wrong. And what's happened is you can tell I've moved my head around. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate it. I enjoy doing this every morning now. This is my new morning routine. We'll be here tomorrow morning, bright and early, 5:30 in the morning, because that's what we do. You kids have a bright day. I'm just going to take this picture real quick. No, you know what? I'm not. I've decided, I've changed the way we do the thumbnail. I don't have to do this. I've already got the thumbnail under. Did you guys see? I will show you. I figured out a way to do the thumbnails the night before. So it looks like this. And I don't have to do anything else. Alright, guys. Thank you so much. Mwah. Peace out.